WHQ Early, I'm Jen Carfagno. Tell you what, the rain out there is certainly going to put a damper, to say the least, if not really slow down your commute this morning in the east. I'm timing it out. We're watching the snow. We're watching the ice in the west. Got a lot going on this Wednesday morning. It is hump day, middle of the week here, and out the Atlanta area and the rest of the East, Knoxville included, Asheville, where you just had your wettest November on record. We're going to be looking for more rain to come on in. This is the water vapor showing us where we've got the moisture in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, the brighter colors indicating that. And you'll notice how slow this is all to move out. This has been the story since last week with this system, is that it just doesn't have anything to move it along. It's got no get up and go. And we're still seeing rain in places like Jackson. I had to double check to make sure this wasn't yesterday's morning's radar, because it looked a lot the same, didn't it? We have more showers out there again today. You know, we'll see some improvement by the end of today, but for now we've got the rain out this morning. Atlanta, the worst of the weather through for the moment, but we've still got a lot more rain hanging back. Knoxville, another batch of steadier rain coming in. Bristol up to Charleston to Roanoke, we've got some heavier rain. Interstate 81 going to be a slow ride for the first half of today. So speaking of the first half of today, we time it out, and by the second half of today we get a break in Knoxville, on 81 in Atlanta, Nashville, Birmingham. We're going to break out and get some sunshine out there for you. We do keep the showers around through the day in Charleston, and they're moving into Jacksonville by the end of today. All right, let's talk about, we've got a little pocket of cold air coming into Chicago. Here we go. You see the spin. This is the upper level low, the same thing that brought more than a foot of snow to Nebraska and South Dakota, about 4 inches of snow to Minneapolis. It's coming to Chicago, and it is going to bring some snow to us. Just enough cold air to give us a little bit of snow this morning. Not a ton of moisture with it, as you can see, all the moisture and the water vapor off to the east. And here we go, Chicago. Again, a little bit of a mix to start, and then we'll get a brief burst of snow. And while it may not add up to a lot, you see where we have these darker shadings here on the radar. That's where you're going to get the snow to come down heavier and stick. You know, in some of the spots it might stick on bridges and overpasses, the spots that freeze first. Those are the spots you got to worry about here in the Chicago area. DuPage, the airport, they're already reporting some snow. Mostly everyone else is just a mix of either rain and snow, or just plain old rain for now, but it is going to transition. Here's our future radar today, going through the morning commute. Terrible timing with this snow. Snow at rush hour, you know, just the interruption of it all, even if it's not sticking on the roads, is going to cause people to drive crazy. So we've got that concern this morning, but it is out of here by lunchtime. Things are wrapping on up, and you'll see just a few spotty flurries, maybe some light drizzle through the afternoon. But overall, things by the evening commute are looking much better in terms of what's falling from the sky in the Chicago area. It's about an inch kind of snow, and it should be sort of a wet, sloppy, slushy sort of inch. But still, when it comes down in a quick burst, it could quickly coat bridges, overpasses. Those are the spots I especially need you to be careful with out there in Chicago. All right, so looking at our top weather news stories this morning, Dave Malkoff joins us.
Hey.
Dave, good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning.
Heard me say nothing good about an east wind.
No, nothing good.
Nothing good. And so as long as this east wind is sticking around, that's how long we're going to be stuck in this pattern into right around the Portland area and east of town, right along the Columbia River Gorge. So I'll talk about that. It's a very small scale event, but it's very impactful for you right there at communities east of Portland, Oregon. We are looking at, in general, a very stormy pattern in the west. And we're going to see, in general, winds coming out of the south, bringing us a lot more moisture. We're going to see some jet stream energy coming on in, and our storm track is going to keep us pretty active here right through the weekend, including starting today. So rain coming in, but the problem has been these east winds that have set up right along the Columbia River Gorge. It started yesterday, will continue through at least midday today, and we are concerned about the icing there. All right, HQ early, it's 1/2 the hour, and we're going to start by saying good morning to some of the rainy spots out there. We've got Atlanta on your left and Greenville south. Oh, look at these temperatures, 61 degrees. We are looking at more rain again today in the southeast. For some of you can finally say today is the last day of it, though. And already in Nashville, things are clearing out. We're showing our water vapor to show really how slow this thing is moving east. There is nothing to move it along. It's got no get up and go. And so this morning, hopefully you have a little more get up and go than this rain. We've got the showers out there still in eastern Tennessee, still in northern Georgia. But in a place like Nashville, take a look. We are going to be seeing your skies drying out. I'll show you that radar here. We'll get closer in a moment. Atlanta, we've got to look at your rain right now. You had a burst of some heavier rain, might have woke you up this morning. Still, everything is wet, and there's another round of even heavier rain coming on in. So now is a good time, actually, to commute in Atlanta. A little later, we're going to have a big batch of heavy rain come in to really slow things down. Here we go. You can see up towards Bristol and back down through Knoxville. We've got the rain steady at times. Greenville, we were just looking at I-85 through there. We've got some showers showers about to come in and really put some soaking rain down. And as we time it out through today, we start the day off wet. We see the rain stick around through midday. Nashville dry. Knoxville finally dry by this afternoon. Atlanta is still clouds around but drying out this afternoon. And by evening, things will be looking better for the commute home there. Still showers, though, left right along the eastern seaboard. I-95 drivers will deal with that right through this evening, maybe even into the overnight a bit as well. So finally kicking this thing out by tomorrow for us. But for now, we've got another 1 to 2 inches of rain possible for portions of the southeast. Charlotte, Asheville, we're going to put that on top of the record rainfall you saw for the month of November. Atlanta, for us, one more day of rain. You've got cloudy conditions tonight, and the sun peaks out by tomorrow. Temperatures in the 50s. All right, to all snow. Could get some accumulation out there. Bridges, overpasses would be some of the main spots to watch. When it comes down quick in a burst, it's going to stick on some of those roads, and that's going to be a concern. So upper level low, this spinning in through the Midwest and the lakes is going to be the reason why we are going to see that snow. A little cold pool of air aloft and down to the surface now. That's going to help us get that snow. And Chicago, this is the current radar, and we put it into forecast mode right away so you can see how the morning is going to pan out. We've got Chicago, some snow out there, continuing right through the morning rush, coming down at times in some bursts that could really put down a coating. Bridges and overpasses will be the spot that get coated first. They're the ones that, are more susceptible to that cold air. However, I think if it comes down heavy enough, a quick coating of slush on the roadways will be slick. And so be ready for the changing weather conditions. It's often that first inch of snow that really gets you, and especially the timing is terrible at the morning commute. Afternoon looks better. You'll see some patchy flurries, maybe some light drizzle mixing in as well as you get through the afternoon here. But overall, it's the morning and it's the morning commute that we're going to be dealing with this in Chicago. All right, Dave, what's making headlines this morning?
Well, let's go coast to coast and find out, huh? Because the rain's just going to dump down on you.
Easy to hydroplane. Unfortunately, we're going to be looking at the rain on the move today. Tracking it along through the southeast. Let me take a look and show you what we're dealing with out here. Watching the rain today press east, but not too quickly, and that has been the calling card of this system, is that it has been such a slow mover. So we're dealing with the rain right through the southeast. This is the water vapor showing us where we've got the moisture in the atmosphere. Some drier air moving into northern Texas and Arkansas, but we're still in it right now in the parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and of course the southeast and eastern seaboard. So let's take a look at the radar. We've got rain heavy at times now coming in to northwestern Georgia. Very concerned about the heavy rain up here. We've had 3 to 5 inches of rain already. There's some schools up in Gilmer, Georgia, Gilmer County, that are closing for today or doing delays because of the flooding concerns. So we're going to watch this rain, especially in northern Georgia, East Tennessee, western North Carolina. These are spots that have been so saturated. And then finally, we get a break by tonight, the rain moving east. And for tonight, it's the eastern seaboard, eastern North Carolina, South Carolina, right into Georgia. 1 to 2 inches of additional rain before we can wrap this up. So we are still in this for today. This is still going to be a real concern when it comes to too much rain causing flooding, especially in some of those saturated areas, especially in some of those flood-prone areas. We look at Raleigh, North Carolina. We've got rain in the forecast today, especially later this afternoon. This morning, it's just so foggy. But then we've got the rain and sticks around tonight. And then look at this. Finally, tomorrow, we will get sunshine and drier air coming into play. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s. Now, up to the northeast, we've got the same system moving along, bringing us rain as well. You can see that rain right now coming up through West Virginia, right into western and central Pennsylvania. State College, we've got a wet morning for you at Penn State. We're going to be watching that rain spread up to New York City, to Boston, to Portland. And while you might start with a little patchy freezing drizzle this morning here in Maine, it's mainly rain. It changes over to all rain as we get up through the day today and tonight. And it's on the order of 1 to 2 inches of rain before all is said and done. Now, we're watching New York City especially close, of course, because tonight is the big tree lighting. We'll have more on that in a moment. But today we've got temperatures in the 50s with rain continuing tonight, drying out by tomorrow, Dave.
First significant snowfall of the season up in far